Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Shine Bright by SennyK. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. That means in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. Now, we have another duality puzzle where these constraints are mixed. So the reason it's listed as two different rules is because these are standard constraints that often appear on their own. And so what we're saying is these are both of them, but we're going to list it separately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over each rule separately without thinking about how it affects the other rule, because I'm sure part of the puzzle is understanding, okay, how do these two mix together to be on the same clue. So anyway, we've got some dots, SUM. We have some dots that are sum dots. That's these dots that they always touch 4 cells, and the number in the dot is the sum of the digits. So these 4 sum to 16, these 4 sum to 12. There's no non-repeat rule. So if I want to add to 12 by doing 4 and 4 adds to 8, and then 2 and 2 gets you to 12, I am allowed to do that for the sum dot. They are also quadruples. And now here we need to read the number not as its number, like 12. We need to read each individual digit as 1 and 2. And this is saying that within the 4 cells it touches, we must contain a 1 and we must contain a 2. Now you can contain more than one 1. You just can't omit it. We can't do 2, 3, 4, 5. It has the 2 but not the 1. And do 1, 3, 4, 5 as the 1 but not the 2. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. I noticed every single one of these has a 1 in it. So for example, these can't be 1 because the 1's over here. Neither can these. Maybe if I just do a little graying of where 1 can't be, and we might learn something interesting. So we know that this given one, removes 1 from all these. I'm just going to green where we know 1's are. So since 1's one of these two, they aren't here. We know there's a 1 somewhere in here. The 15 needs a 1. This 12 needs a 1, so that's going to end up there. This is a 1. And that removes from all these. 1 ends up in one of these two. And one of these 3. Oh, the 16 needs it, though. So we can get rid of that. And we can gray these. And then 1's in one of these two. The 12 needs a 1 in one of these two, so it can't be here. I think I don't know the rest. I'm just going to corner this, and then we'll say this is where we're not sure about 1's yet. All right, so we got a bunch of 1's placed. I want to think about some of these sums. So for example, we need to add to 12, but we have to use a 1 and a 2. That add to 3. So the remaining 2 digits add to 9 to get us all the way to 12, which could be 3, 6, or 4, 5. So that doesn't really help us too much. What about a large one that has to use a 1? I don't know. Is that... I think they kind of make... Is it always 9 more? Yeah, I mean, you can prove it's always 9 more. So whatever these are, we need to add to 9 to make up the difference, right? We have a 1 and a 6 here. That adds to 7. You need to add 9 to that to get to 16. We have a 1 and a 2 here. That adds to 3. We need 9 more to get to 12, right? It's because the 1 represents a 10. And so placing a 1 makes that 10 a 9. And then the other digit provides its own sum. So we just have to make up the 9 difference between 10 and 1. All right. So that makes this a little easier. Maybe we should think about 4 since we have a given 4. So let's just do the same thing with 4's. So these aren't 4. So there's a 4 in one of these two. I can corner that, which means they're not here and they're not here. There's a 4 in one of these two, so it's not here. I don't need to green that yet. There's a 4 somewhere in here. That's really all we know about 4's, though. I guess there's a 4 in one of these 3. So, okay, so let's think about... All of these have a sum to 9, which is either 3, 6, or 4, 5. So 2's might be limited in that they can't go in any of these quads other than 12 quads. So let's think about 2's then. So 2's cannot be a part of any of these. They aren't these givens. And they can't be a part of... They cannot be in a quad that isn't a 12 quad. So none of those are 2's. Because if we, let's say we tried to put a 2 into the 16 quad, we'd have 1, 2, and 6. And we'd have to make up 7 more, which we don't have 7. So this is a 2 and this is a 2. So we can green those. We already have their columns, their rows, their boxes. 2's in one of these two. 2's somewhere around here. 2's somewhere around here. Not sure if we can do more. Oh, we already have the 2 here. Since we have the 2 on this 12, we can't have another 2 on it. So this won't be a 2. These need to add to 9. I'm tempted to say it has to be 4, 5, but I think it could be 3, 6 still. We just put the 4 here and a 2 there. Okay. Anywhere else? Yeah, this 12 has its 2 already, so this isn't going to be a 2. So 2's in one of these 3. All right. So, did these 2's have any collateral damage that would be helpful, like being placed? No, they can't have. That's kind of the point. All right, so what are we doing next then? 4 here includes a 5. What am I doing? Okay, so the 14 clues we know have to use 3, 6 to add to 9 because they can't be 4, 5. And the 15 clues also use 3, 6. So I'm just going to use green to say we need a 3, 6 in here. We need a 3, 6 in all of these. These all need a 3, 6. Obviously not where the 1 is. So what are we doing? Is there anything I can say about this? These need a 3, 6. It's not the only places to put 3, 6, obviously. This could be the 6 then. Putting the 4 here and the 3 here. There's something to this. We also need the ones with the 16s need to be 4, 5 with it. Okay, so this 16, for example, needs a 4 because we can't do 3, 6 with the 16. So we have to make this the 4 in order for that to be in order to get 4, 5 here, which means this is our 3, 6 pair on this 14. Okay. So now this can't be a 3, 6 pair on its own. It can have a 3 or a 6, but not both because it would break this otherwise. What's left in this row? We need 3, 5, 6. So we know we need a 5. We can't have a 3 in here. A 3 would be no good. So the 16s can't have 3 in them. So if this 16 doesn't have 3 in it, then 3's in one of these 3 and one of these 3. I feel like that's a lot stuffed in that corner there. 16s can't have 3. 14s can't have 5. I'm going to get rid of these greens. 14 can't have 5. Does that matter? So we can't put 5 in. Oh, so this can't be a 5 because 14 can't have 5. This is 3, 4, 6. Maybe I should have penciled more. Anyway, that's 5. That's 5. So this is 1, 6. So these aren't the 6. That's our 6. That makes that a 3. Okay. I'm getting there. I feel like I had to just to kind of discover the right marking strategy, and I may still not have. So this needs the 4. This needs a 4 in it because it has to be 4, 5 with the 1, 6. So this is the 4. And so that makes this a 5, 6 pair. The 5 tells us the order. That's 6. That's 5. And so now this is a 1, 3 pair. And this is a 4, 6 pair, and that does work. We have the 1 and the 4, and we have a 3, 6 to go with it. Now, how about the 12? How does the 12 work? Oh, yeah, 12 could have 4, 5, or 3, 6, so we're not sure how this works. Okay. Oh, here we just need to do 4, 5 for this 12. So this is a 2, 3 pair. These are just 2, 3, 6. That's not a 6. Okay. I don't need the corner marks here. Oh, this 14 we can finish with the 6. I think it's a matter of just scanning the right quad at this point. That's not a 1. This is, oh, so how are we finishing this? First of all, by Sudoku, this is down to 3, 5. It's not 1, 2, 4, 6. Now, these two need to add to 9. So we could be 4, 5 or 3, 6. Okay, so we don't know which one. How about this? We have the 5. We need a 1. Ah, the 1's going to be down here because it can't be here. Oh, the 1's placed. That's even better. So that's 3. So now this is 1. These are 2, 3, 5. That's not a 5. That's not a 3. We don't need the 2 corner marked. Anything preventing the sum yet? No. Okay. Are there any quads I haven't thought about? Well, here, these two need to add to 6, and they can't. Oh, yeah, we can't put a 4 on the 15. It's really just about, like, there's just so many. I get there. Anyway, that's the 3, 6. That's 4, 6. 4 goes with 5. That's 2 and 3. That's our 2. We get the 3 and the 2, the 3 and the 2. And then down here, we need the 5 and the 4, and we're done. All right, that was a really neat idea, Senny. I kind of discovered it as we went along, and I'm still not sure if I did a good marking strategy. Yeah, I think it would have made sense to just pencil the quads, right? We knew this was 1, 4, 5, 6, so just pencil that. We knew this was 1, 4, 5, 6, pencil that. We knew this was 1, 3, 4, 6, so pencil that, right? And then let those collide. I feel like that might have been a little bit cleaner, but it would have also been a lot of marking. Anyway, how'd you do?